Hold on, skip the intro. This is way more important than. It was 7:30 a.m., 6 hours earlier than I ever get up on a winter break. And my dad suddenly comes into my room and he's like, "Son, get up. You want to see something really exciting?" So I get up and go to my bedroom door, and I just hear water just like pouring out from somewhere. And my dad's like, "Well, go look for it." So I take a step forward, and in the main area of the basement, there's just a stream of water just pouring out of the ceiling. So, that was great. This is why nobody lives in Wisconsin. It got, what, like negative 10 degrees last night. Like this, that's ridiculous. No, why do I live where the air literally destroys my house? So the next stage was to clean everything up. We had to move all the furniture from the area that was wet. He shut off the water, and we got to vacuuming. Dug out the old dehumidifier, and we got to work. Now let me tell you, about every minute or so that vacuum cleaner would get full because it only held 1 gallon of water at a time. So every minute I'd have to empty it out and start over. Now that was an exhausting process that I filmed somewhat, and well, I guess it wasn't exhausting, it was just boring. But it's not like I did anything else with my life anyway, so that was cool. As you can see from this picture here, the darker area that's kind of like a square by the wall, that's the wet part. And then everything else we had vacuumed just once at the time. We were trying to get the worst of it out first. And, as the day went on, our progress was better. And we are now at a position where we just need to let it dry out for a long time. And ultimately, the only damage was a few stains on the ceiling. So wherever the tape was is where the water was. Everything on this side of the tape line was wet. Ignore that. It was all just completely soaked all the way over to here. And we had to move all the stuff we had in the area. This used to be a gas kind of heater deal, and well, we ripped it out because the problem was the pipes broke right up in here, and the water just kind of ran everywhere in this area right here, and the ceiling is stained now because of it. And the lowest point was right here, and so there's a bunch of water coming out, just walloping out everywhere. And then there was also a tiny bit coming out right here too, so everything was just completely soaked. And I also learned that it only happened throughout 5 minutes. It only took 5 minutes for this entire basement to be flooded with 2,000, Jesus Christ, now I'm exaggerating, but 200 gallons of water were soaked into the floor, and it's still pretty wet. So we've got a dehumidifier running, we got multiple fans in here, and I'm probably gonna have to vacuum it another time again. The problem, of course, started up here in this bathroom, which is upstairs above the basement. And it all started with my dad's girlfriend coming in here and saying the toilet was making a weird sound. My dad took out his earbuds and he instantly knew what the problem was. He ran downstairs and saw the waterfall coming out of the ceiling. The pipe that actually broke was in here though. So, my dad, being the crazy person he is, literally just cut open a hole in the wall. And let me see here. The pipes that broke were these two, this one and this one. The white one's the drain pipe. That hole is the chimney for the fireplace thing that was downstairs, and all of the wood in here is just completely just drenched, and if you touch it, it's like clay. It just falls apart. And it turns out that not only did the cold water pipe burst open on the back here, but the hot water pipe broke as well. So both of these pipes busted within 5 minutes of each other, which is incredibly rare, and that's how the entire basement was flooded in a matter of seconds. And I don't know, I kind of find it hard to believe that literally there were 200 gallons of water in the basement in less than 5 minutes because 2 pipes broke. So we had to shut off the water for the entire house, and there's been no water supply on for the entire day. Sup, kid? And we've been relying on bottled water. We've drank a whole 1 bottle of it so far, and my dad's currently at Menards getting some new things to fix this old bad boy up.